Cardinals. My name is Jennifer Mike. I am the coordinator down at the elementary school for the after-school program called Cardinal Nest. Students know me by Mrs. Mike or Miss Jen. I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about the literacy that happens in our program. Each day, our teachers read to the students for at least 20 minutes, either before, during, or after class. And it is always related to a subject that we're learning for that week. With the subject that's being learned this week is we are doing a reader's theater about the gingerbread man. Everybody loves the gingerbread man. He is such a fun little guy. He likes to play hide and seek and run away from each other until the very end. I won't tell you what happens because I want you to read the gingerbread man story. And I would like you to take some time to find a book about the gingerbread man. There are so many gingerbread man books out that are available to you. We have one about a gingerbread man, a gingerbread woman, a gingerbread girl, a gingerbread ninja, which happens to be one of our favorite down at the elementary school. I do want you to check one of those books out if you can. One of the other things that we do with literacy in our program is we have a book club that happens every night at the end of our programming, where students are invited to sit in a group and a teacher will read to them for 20 minutes from 5:30 to approximately 5:50 each night. Our favorite book so far has been the Puppy Place series, where these cute little adorable puppies get in all sorts of adventures and just are so entertaining. I encourage you to check one of those out as well. Share with you my favorite book, which is Corduroy. It has been my favorite book since I checked it out in kindergarten. I have read it to my children, also to each one of the students that have been in any of my CCLC classes. I know they enjoy the book as much as I do because I'm so very excited about it. I hope each and every one of you has some time to grab a book and read over the break. Bye, Crete Cardinals!
Crete Cardinal students and families. My name is Mrs. Shepard, and I'm the coordinator of Cardinal Crew After School Program at Crete Intermediate School. Winter break is coming soon, and one thing I am looking forward to is reading. And I'm challenging myself to read every day during winter break. So I'm also going to challenge you to read for 30 minutes every day while you are on break. Have the opportunity to decorate a snow globe like this. Over winter break, as you read, you can add these elements to your snow globe. The first one I'm going to start with is a snowman. And it's a free read, so I get to choose where I'm going to read. And as long as I read for 30 minutes, I can cut him out and glue him into my snow globe. Then you might choose a snowflake. If you read for 30 minutes to a pet or a stuffed animal, you can decorate your snowflake and glue it onto your snow globe. If you fill up your snow globe, you can bring it back after winter break and trade it in for a prize. Here are a couple of my favorite holiday books that I would like to tell you about. The first book is called Mistletoe. This story is about Moose, who is trying to make the holidays perfectly perfect for his family. Everything is going well until he realizes he forgot something. Read this story to find out what Moose forgot and the unique way he fixes it. Another favorite of mine is Bear Snores On. This story is about a great brown bear sleeping in his cave while his animal friends have a party all around him. Read this book to find out what happens when Bear wakes up. Thanks, kiddos. Have a wonderful break, and we'll see you next year.
Hello, Crete Cardinals. My name is Ms. Vasquez and I am the CCLC site coordinator here at the middle school. If you've been a part of our program this year, you know we've incorporated literacy into our program a few different ways. We've had creative writing clubs, We've had a few book clubs, and we just finished up our Reader's Theater. In case you're wondering what a Reader's Theater is, students were given a script and assigned parts and then had to act out those parts as they were reading the script for the first time. They were then allowed to switch roles, and it was kind of fun when I got to watch it because it really got their creative energy going. They were able to pull chairs and different items around the classroom as props. They changed their voice tones and just tried to make it their own. So, going forward, we will be hosting a Winter Wonderland week next week. Now, you may be wondering, Winter Wonderland, what are we going to be doing? Well, the staff and I have picked out some of our favorite books from when we were kids, and we will be reading them and sharing them with you. And you may be thinking, well, I'm not a kid anymore. Why are we reading picture books? Well, we understand that you're middle schoolers. Well, we thought it would be fun to read some books that you might remember from when you were younger, that maybe someone read to you or you read yourself, and maybe some of these books will be new to you and you've never seen them before. And that's part of the fun. One of the stories we'll be reading is The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. Now, this story follows a little boy on his adventures through the snow on a cold winter day. So each day next week, you'll pick a book that you want to listen to, and then we will do a project centered around that book. I'm not going to give away too many hints on what the activities are or what the books are because I want it to remain a surprise. So we will find out on Monday. So we hope to see you next week. Now, before I say goodbye, I wanted to tell you that we have a special guest with us tonight. Mrs. Laura Renker from the library is going to join us tonight and read you one of her favorite winter books and tell you about some stuff that the library has available for you and your family. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.
Good evening. Thank you so much for letting me join you this evening for your program. I'm Laura. I'm a librarian here at the Crete Public Library, and I'm going to read a story, a wintry type picture book story for you, and then let you know what resources we have available here at the library. Okay. So one of my favorite wintry stories is titled The Reader. And this is by Amy Hest and Lauren Castillo. So I'm going to read this to you, and I'm going to try to adjust my camera here so you can see the pictures. It's always kind of odd because it's just the opposite of what I'm seeing. So hopefully I'll get it centered for you. The Reader by Amy Hest, illustrated by Lauren Castillo. The reader has a small brown dog and a sturdy suitcase that is brown. And a long red sled with long loopy rope for pulling through the deep snow. His boots are high and very heavy, but he's strong, and his train tracks are impeccably straight. Ooh, they're beautiful. The dog skips off, a bouncing dot, chasing his tail, a bunny, a blue jay, and his tail. Then off he goes to the top of the hill to wait. He's good at waiting. The reader comes slowly, pulling his sled across the world. It is hard work, but he's good at working hard. The wind blows, snow blows, the hill's very, very tall. The top is very far away. And my pages seem to be really sticky. Up he climbs, tilting in the wind, pulling in the blowing snow. And then he's there at the top of the world. Here I am, says the reader to the dog. They make angels, snowballs, more angels, and a snow dog for the snow, or for the dog. It is shivery cold at the top of the world, but there are warm drinks and crunchy toast for two. Snow falls, and the only sound in the world is the crunch, 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 crunch. When there's nothing left to crunch or sip, I curl up close. And now, says the reader to the dog, it's time. Slowly, he opens the suitcase. Click, click. A book, the very best book. Two good friends, says the reader to the dog, and he opens the book to the very first page. The dog waits. It's hard, but he's good at waiting. And then at last, the reader reads. And the only sound in the world is the sound of the reader reading to the very last page, the very last word. Two good friends, says the reader to the dog, just like us. The dog licks his nose. They pack up the suitcase, click, click. Then the reader wraps the dog in his two strong arms and off they go. Fast and faster, still to the bottom of the hill across the world. And then they are there, home together. So I wonder, have any of you ever taken a sled out and went down a really big hill really fast? It's been a while since I've done it, but it's pretty fun. Now, I know I said one, but since it was short, I'm just going to read one more because this is like one of my favorite funny books. It's called Knock Knock. And you guys know that bears, of course, hibernate, right? During the winter. And so this is a fun book about a bear trying to get ready to hibernate, okay? This is by Tammy Sauer and illustrated by Guy Francis. And if you like funny books, you should check out some of her books here at the library. Okay. Knock, knock. Get right in there. Knock, knock. Ooh, who's there? Justin. Justin who? Just in the neighborhood and thought I'd stop by. Says the fox. Knock, knock. Who's there? Ken. Ken who? Can you let us in already? Oh boy. Says the bear. Knock, knock. Who's there? Luke. Luke who? Look out, here I come. The raccoon has quite a big pot of something, doesn't he? Knock, knock. Who's there? Olive. Olive who? All of us. Poor bear. Good grief, he says. Knock, knock. Who's there? I'm a who? I'm a gonna huff and puff and blow the house down if you don't open up the door. It's the wolf. Doesn't anybody see that I need to get some? Oh, I always yawn for real. Knock, 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 knock. Who's there? Al? Al who? I'll miss you all winter long. And the banner says, happy hibernation. Aw, I'll miss all you guys too, he says. Sleep well, sweet dreams. See you in the spring. finally going to get to go to sleep. Oh, and there he is, sleeping all winter long. Three months later. Bling, bling, bling. Who's there? Harry. Harry who? Harry up, it's springtime. So there's my knock knock story. I love knock knock jokes. So if you guys ever have a good knock knock joke, you should share it with me. Okay, so thank you for letting me read those stories. And behind me on the table, you can see all sorts of items that we have at the library that you might be interested in checking out. I'll just kind of go through them quickly just to give you an idea of all the different things that that we have available. We have board books. Those are for kids who are younger. They're real sturdy pages so they don't get bent. And in all of these items, we have Spanish or bilingual materials available too. Easy readers for kids that are just learning to read or ones you just like to read. This is one of my favorite series, Elephant and Piggy. So we have a lot of these. So it's anywhere from preschool through 4th grade in this section. And again, you'll see that we have bilingual and Spanish materials in that. Picture books in the back, just like the ones I just read. That's the format. We have nonfiction books. This is one of our popular series, Who Would Win? Tyrannosaurus Rex versus Velociraptor. They come in all different ages and levels. That one is a lower level. This one, as you can see, this is really a very popular Spanish one. And it has lots of pictures and a lot of information in it. So we have all kinds of nonfiction, and that's usually, books that talk about real things, animals, pets, history, sports, construction equipment, all kinds of stuff like that. We have chapter books. All different levels of chapter books. This one happens to be Magic Tree House. This is a Harry Potter book that's in Spanish. We also have graphic novels for kids, or comic books, another name. One of our popular ones series is Dog Man. This is the latest one, Crime and Punishment. And these are really, really popular. Graphic novels are. They have a lot of pictures, so it's just a different way to read. The pictures are part of the story, but we still consider this reading because you still read a lot, even with all the graphics in there. And we of course have some in Spanish too. We also have young adult books for middle school and high school kids, and we have English and Spanish in that genre, in that category. We have audiobooks, and these are really nice. This one is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and it comes with an audio CD, and you can put that in, and it plays, and you can follow along with the book, with the words in the book. So if you're just if you're just learning how to read English, you can follow along with that. Lots of different options for that. 1, 2, 3 Ps. That one's a Keith Baker one. He's got a lot of books. So we have that picture book in audio, and then we have chapter books in audio books too. So you can read along with the book. You just open up, and there are CDs inside that you can play then and read along with it. And we also have we do audiobooks too for adults, and this is an example of an audiobook by Isabella Londe, and you can get the book either in print or in audio. I really like listening to audiobooks when we're on trips or if I'm just sitting around home, just doing easy work and I want to listen to a story, that's a good option. We also have, of course, adult fiction stories in English and Spanish. And we have nonfiction for adults. So here's just a couple examples all about a guide to your pets. This one is in Spanish. It's a recipe book. We have a lot of recipe books in English and Spanish both. If you're learning English, we have different categories for we have like CDs and audiobooks and DVDs, that type of thing. And then we also have DVDs, movies. We have kids movies, and we have adult movies. We have ones that are in Spanish materials that have subtitles, and we have nonfiction DVDs also. We have a lot of exercise videos. There are DVDs that do history, animals, just all kinds of nonfiction DVDs too. So we have lots of different types of materials, and anybody with a library card can check those out. It only takes a couple minutes to get a library card. You just have to have a photo ID, and you can do that online, and then just bring your ID in when you pick up the card, or you can come in and do that. You can put these items on anything you want on hold or reserve online, and then you get a text message or an email or a phone call telling you they're ready. You can also come into the library. We're just allowing one person at a time to come in for like 15 minutes. And you can come in and check out materials. We're just trying, with COVID infections, trying to really be careful and just have one person at a time come in. If you need to use the computer to print something out, you can also come in, same thing, one person at a time. For trying to limit to 15 minutes. You can also do mobile printing. So if you have a phone, you can send your document to our mobile printing services and print that out and pick it up in our pickup window. And if you go online to our website, it gives you directions and it gives you the website to send that to. So if you need any help accessing that, just give us a call. We can walk you through that. So yeah, hopefully we have lots and lots of materials, and hope that you will be able to check some things out, especially this winter. So yeah, if you need any help, please don't hesitate to call the library. Our phone number is 402-826-3809, and we're at 1515 Forest Avenue now. Thanks so much for letting me join you tonight.